All right, where are we? We are in southern Arizona. I think that is Mount Hopkins, but I'm not sure, and Mount Wrightson's gonna be much higher and out of sight, but that's where we're around in the Mount Wrightson area. We are doing Elephant Head and Little Elephant Head. So this is the Quantrell Mine Trail. I've been told it's like 80 degrees. I'm wearing pants, as you can see, because I read a comment that this was overgrown. All right, so I don't know, maybe. Okay, so we're a half mile in. That is Elephant Head, where we're going. This is the spur trail, which is gonna lead us up to Little Elephant Head, like, I don't know, a good mile this way. It is a little overgrown. Not too bad. You know, you're just brushing up against a lot of stuff, which doesn't appear too sharp, but I'm sure I'm saving myself some scratches. All right, so this is definitely pretty overgrown, which is fine brushing against it. I'm just, for snakes, you can't see them. So if there's a snake hiding in the grass, you're sort of screwed. But that's the saddle, so that's Little Elephant Head. So you can see there's not a ton of vert, maybe a little up and down. But you know, we're maybe talking 300 or 400 feet net up from that saddle to there. So we've crossed this kind of major drainage, and now I have to climb up around this, and on the other side of this is where we'll have our good view of the big elephant. Okay, well, we've wrapped around this thing. There's our main objective. This is Chino Canyon. We just have to, and honestly, if the trail were just like wrapped around to the head, you wouldn't lose much elevation. I don't actually have the GPS track of this, but this has got to be it. I know it's on this side before it starts to bend, and this is definitely a social trail. So we are dropping, like I said, what I believe is 500 feet, and then have quite an ascent on the other side. So yeah, just dropping down here. It's gonna be steep, maybe loose. All right, so the trail is fairly easy to follow. There are a couple points where, if you want to see, this is what it looks like. It's like very steep and kind of hidden and overgrown. But I've been able to follow it, aside from a couple pauses where I had to look around. We've made it down to Chino Canyon. Look at this nice little waterfall. I suspected there would be some water. I actually thought there'd be more. So it looks like the path is right here, but honestly, not totally sure. So I'm gonna try to remember those two things. Well, the waterfall, I guess. This could be, I mean, if it's gonna be the same terrain I just went down, so it's gonna be pretty challenging, I think. And we got more than double to climb what we just went down. So I'm gonna do my best to hopefully follow a use trail up this slope. Maybe because it's facing the other way, the vegetation will be different. I don't know. So this is just gonna be put my head down and hammer for quite a bit here. All right, so I've been able to follow it so far. There are a couple places where there's cairns, and some places like here, you can kind of see the trail just snaking up. Other times it's kind of overgrown and hard to find, so I would say less overgrown than the descent on the other side, so that's good. But you do have to be careful. This is like much more treacherous. Your head's like right near Ocotillo. They're like forming a tunnel over the trail. If you're not careful, you're gonna run your face right into an Ocotillo branch or other sharp plants and cacti. So yeah, these are all thorny. There's quite a lot going on. So I think pants is definitely the right way to go here. So I'm happy I made that decision. But like I'm like within inches of brushing up against a lot of this stuff. So not exactly ideal. Alright, so we're almost up to the ridge. Unfortunately, the trail's kind of disappeared. Or just, I don't know. Now I feel like I'm just kind of walking up. Alright, we've gained the ridge a couple minutes later. So that's Hopkins. I don't think you're seeing Wrightson. I think it's above and beyond there. But now we're headed straight up the ridge. So that was not that fun, but it's not gonna be that fun on the way back. So now we just gotta go up. I'm estimating 400 feet, maybe a little more. This should be a little easier though in terms of like brush. At least I think so. All right, we're on the ridge. We just had a minor drop down to this notch, which look at this mess. How the hell do you even walk through this? So the first bump I sort of went up and over, but then the second bump I got cliffed out when I stayed high. So you just kind of got to poke around. Sometimes you're on the right, sometimes you're up high. But I think it's about to get more consistently rocky. I just don't know how to easily get down this. You got to be so careful stepping around this stuff. I think I see a cairn. I'm just going to start heading up on rock. Hopefully this is a little more fun and not as brushy going forward. Let's hope. So we might have a good 300 feet up the rock now, but this is the kind of terrain that I like, and that is obviously not brushy. It's very easy to walk up this stuff or almost run up it. So here you go. I'm at this cairn, and I guess just gonna continue up for the time being. There's Little Elephant Head, which we'll be on later. All right, so we've kind of reached sort of a headwall cliff band, and I'm honestly not sure. This looks like a cairn. It's either up or wrap. I know Stav said at one point you do wrap to the right, but I don't know if that was what I did lower down. But that's up here, so let's just poke around. This appears to be a cairn to me, but I might very well need to climb up there. Let's just look around here. Maybe there's a little gully or something with a cairn. Snake territory. I don't want to drop. I might as well just, you could have gone up there, but I'm just gonna, I guess, go up this kind of loose gully. Probably would have been easier to stay on rock, to be honest, and not go up this, but this will get it done, I think, as long as I don't put my hand somewhere bad. So trying to regain the ridge here. I probably screwed up, probably should have been high, but we'll be fine. We're gonna duck under here and just regain it, I think. All right, so I regained the ridge, but it looks like you probably could have stayed below it and just come up to this little plateau. So I have a minor drop, but I'm trying to scout out the route now. I think when you hit that vertical cliff, we want to bend right. Although, yeah, it's gonna fall off too much to the left. So I think we need to start up. I'm not sure if it's in the shade or by the Ocotillo, and then I think wrap around to the right. I was hoping to go the bare rock route, not the forest route. It looks like it's taking us this way through the forest. So let's just try to get to that next cairn and then hopefully just locate cairns the whole way up. Probably already cut the wrong way. Probably wanted to stay in the gully. This is more of an exposed slab. I'm pretty confident I can handle it. There's a cairn up there that I see. Still in sight. So let's just go to this, yeah, cairn here. So it wants you to stay kind of in the contained gully, which is safer, but just a little slippy, which I don't like. So there's, oh, maybe that's not a cairn. I don't actually think that is a cairn. Crazy. It looks like one from below, but now I don't think it is. So this is definitely a cairn. So en route, and then I'm pretty sure we bend to the right of this face. I think I remember that from the Stav Beta. So yeah, climbing a little awkward here. Cairn here. We heading up through the forest, probably. Looks like it might get a little narrow up there, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we're heading, yeah, this is probably too vertical for most people, so we're gonna assume we're taking what looks to be an easier route. Is it easier? I don't know. Maybe once I pop through this tree, it'll become more apparent. There's a cairn here. Do I go up here? I would rather go up here, but I suppose it looks like it doesn't matter either way. You're gonna have to cut up, it looks like. So you could in theory cut that way, but I think I'd rather just go up now. I mean, I might as well just, ow, might as well just record this whole damn thing, right? Just scouting out, make sure it looks like I'm taking the right route. I think I am. So at some point coming down, I'm gonna need to cut down to the left, which I think I would figure out on my own, but you never know. Probably should have added a cairn there. Rookie mistake. How are we getting up this, you ask? Maybe this crack. Maybe I should have been on the right. I mean, this is doable. It's just not. Class 3 move, I would say. Hammering up. I could go straight up, but I'm thinking I should be right. That's my guess. Yeah, let's pop up over here. Yeah, I think we're just gonna end up taking you all the way to the summit. Might as well, right? Kind of weaving our way up through some of these cracks in the rock. I don't think we have too much more to go, but I don't know. I see a cairn. I'm on someone's route. Did I take the right route? Probably not. Yeah, not very well cairned. So I don't know if people have knocked them over or what. At some point, I think you just go up kind of however you see fit. Sharp rock. Oh, I definitely just took the wrong route, I think. Yeah, we still got a bit to go to the summit. We gotta start to bend up for sure. We're getting too far off. Should have gone to the ridge. Oopsies. It's all good. Let's go over here. Although, not sure. I should step down here, but I'm trying to save myself 3 feet of vert. Okay, we're up. All right, we at the home stretch yet? Almost. Yeah, it was kind of fun. Looks to be more of a straight walk up now. Steep, but not too bad. Should we gain it now? Or should we go through brush? I think we should gain it right now. Whew. Sorry, this is long. Elephant head. Short drop. Let's just take the crack so we're not too exposed, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it matters. You could call that class 3 move, maybe. Got like a gully. It's gonna lead us up. Although I'd rather be up high. Should I get up now? Let's just go this way. Man, these are low. Not easy for me to crouch. Oh, look, we have a hidden cairn. So that probably means gain the ridge. I think. I think we're almost there. Some pockets of water. Elephant head. Here we come. I think this is it. Pretty steep. Oh, not quite there. Elephant head. Probably right here. Yeah. Rincon, Mica, Lemon, the Catalinas, Baba Cavari. Yeah, I think that's Wrightson up there, I think. And that's Hopkins, whatever structure, and we're gonna be over there after this. So, I'm gonna drink a little bit of water, and then it's gonna take a while to get back down and up out of that canyon for sure, but it should be a little quicker with more descent, I think, than the way up. Let's hope. So that was 1 hour and 28 minutes up. So not very fast for, I don't know, probably less than 4 miles, 3.5 to 4 miles to the summit, but obviously a lot of kind of more challenging terrain for sure. It's So we're gonna try to get off of here efficiently. Easier said than done. Maybe not though. Maybe easier done than said on the way back. So we're just gonna walk right off this trunk for now until we get, you know, effectively cliffed out at some point enough to drop to the left. So heading down the elephant trunk here. All right, so we made it down to basically where the start of the steeper rock, you know, scrambling is, where this cairn was. But now we still have to go over a couple little humps here, staying on the ridge. So who knows? Headed down somewhere to that low saddle and then long way down. All right, so I see a couple cairns, right there 10 yards away from me, but I think this is the point where I'm gonna start to branch down. It might be worth making a note on your map or something, or making your own marker where you should start to head down. But this is a very, look, just weaving through these ocotillos without slamming your face into them is a chore. So confident we're on the right path so far because we see cairns, but I think this is the, look at, like, this is crazy. There's a cactus in the dirt in the middle of the trail, like grown into the dirt. I have never seen that before, I don't think, which is crazy with how much desert hiking I do. So, all right, so we got off route briefly. I was just gonna bomb, but it was getting tough. Luckily I found the trail again. But if I would recommend trying to stay on the use path, if you lose it, stop and really make an attempt to find it, because if you don't, it is a mess getting down here, and then you might pop down somewhere else. You won't know if you're high or low. You won't find the trail on the other side. So I'm at the waterfall, so I know I'm in the right place. So now I just got to hammer up here quite a bit, but I think it's gonna be okay. All right, we made it up that steep 500 feet in like a quarter mile. That's where we were. All right, so right after we finish our, 200 or 300 foot climb, we're on the saddle, and this is our branch up. Back there, it's not very far back, less than a mile, I think, to the car. But we got to plow up here, and I think there's going to be some up and down. All right, so we've kind of crested the first bump, and now you can see little ups and downs. We got a second bump, and then sort of the rocky summit. So it probably isn't going to get too interesting until the last rocky summit bump. This appears to be, ow, dude, these ocotillos are everywhere. If you can do this and not get scratched up in shorts, I will give you mad props. All right, we are on top of bump 2. Unfortunately, there seems to be quite a nice little drop here. All right, so we've descended down, and we are about at the low point. It's about time to tackle this third bump, which is the true summit. Now, how we get up there, I have no idea. I don't know if I should just try to walk kind of right up. I guess that's what I'm gonna do. Who knows? This can't be too hard, right? Hopefully. Knock on wood. So, yeah, we're just gonna try to work our way kind of up the ridge and see what trouble we can get into. All right, we're just hammering right up the ridge. I think this is the steep section. I saw from afar that I said was like more than 45 degrees. Probably gonna clip myself out here. Probably want to be on the ridge. Probably a mistake. So let's climb. Regain the ridge. There's actually a path low which I was not on, but then I dropped down to it. So you sort of bypass some of this ridge and then kind of walk right up this ramp, I think, to your summit of Little Elephant Head. So I guess I might as well just take you up here because I think this is it. Could be wrong though. Little Elephant, where are you? I think he's gonna be over here. Or maybe she. Yeah, I think it's gonna be right here. Hopefully. Yep, registry, Little Elephant Head. Look at the views of Elephant Head in the sun. Look at that, gorgeous. So I gotta hustle down, make it down before dark, but should be able to, I think. I just gotta climb stupid bump 2. Not looking forward to that, but awesome views. Look at sunset. I guess I should take a picture before it drops. Maybe from right on top here. And we're back to the main trail. It took a little longer than expected. You can't move quickly because if you start moving too quickly, you run into ocotillos. But the sun is setting. Well, the sun is set and it's getting dark pretty quickly here. All right, and we are back, I think. Yes, the car's still here. I got worried for a second. It took a while. 3 hours, 50 minutes. Elephant Head and Little Elephant Head.